Okay, so just going to look at a few different equations and look at how to solve them over the complex field. So the first one we're just going to look at a linear equation. Okay, so in order to solve this, sometimes the easiest way is to be able to get rid of these denominators. So I might just multiply them by the complex conjugates, because that way I get rid of the complex number on the bottom. And this one here, you could multiply that by 2 plus I. Or you could just multiply, they could do the whole lot. I'll do it in a different way. You could multiply everything throughout by 2 plus I, 2 minus I. Okay, so this will end up being Z, 2 minus I. And on the bottom you get 2 squared minus I squared, which is going to be minus 1. So that'll make it 4 plus 1, which is 5. Minus 2 over, that'll be 2 squared minus I squared, and that'll be 3 plus I. So that's going to be Z, 2 minus I over 4 minus 1, because I squared's minus 1, because I is minus 1 square rooted, and then when you square that, the square root will disappear to give you minus 1. Minus 2Z over 4 minus I squared is minus 1 equals 3 plus I. So that's going to be 2Z minus I Z, and that's all over 5 minus 2Z, and that's all over 5, and that's 3 plus I. Now I'm just going to multiply throughout by 5, just to get rid of the 5 that's on the denominator there. So I'm going to go times this one times 5, and then this one here times 5. So that means the 5 will cancel out. So you'll end up with 2Z minus IZ minus 2Z equals, now just using the eyebrows there, that's 15 plus 5I. 2Z minus 2Z disappears and gives you 0. Minus IZ equals 15 plus 5I. So we're just making Z the subject. Divide by minus I, divide by minus I. They cancel out. Now, to get rid of that minus I, you just multiply top and the bottom by I. Now, I'm also going to multiply it by minus I, because that will just make it a positive. Well, actually, if I just multiply by I, I'm just thinking the minus will come out of it. So I get minus 1 times I is I squared, all over 15I, because it's 15 times I, plus 5 times I squared, which is 15I minus 5 over minus 1 times I squared is 1. So it's 15I minus 5, or minus 5 plus 15I, because you have the real and the imaginary part there. So for a linear, you're basically just making Z the subject of the formula.